Man, it's been one fucked up week in terms of just everything going on in the news. It's been insane. I honestly I have no words other than what the fuck. Like, how are people becoming this fucking unhinged? This is going for white nationalist, leftist retards like Antifa, and then people in the media acting like utter morons about these shootings. And then the ramping up further of political tensions because, yeah, guys, we can't calm down about it. You gotta do something worse and worse so that way I have to keep talking about it, even though I said I don't want to talk about this crap much anymore. It's just, and then not only that, I mean, we also have that whole thing going on with Wolf. Thank God he's okay. He's fine. He's working on bettering himself right now, but still, having all that stuff happen just in a row, that's mentally tasking. It's be mentally tasking for anybody. Just have all this stuff happen. Then you have Jeffrey Epstein. I don't get it. I don't get what the fuck what is causing all of this? What the hell? So, everything started this week with that thing with El Paso. And, you know, that really stupid white nationalist or white supremacist, whatever he was, just shot up a Walmart in El Paso. As someone who works in retail, I can tell you, being in a live shooter situation's no joke. I haven't been in one, but being in one at a Walmart like that, that's definitely not something you want to be involved in, because that's pretty crazy. Because I've had to deal with bomb threats before. So, tension would be on edge further than that. And then, so having to deal with all that, it's like I completely sympathize with everybody who was stuck in that situation. And it's horrible. But then everybody in the media is like, this is all because of Donald Trump's rhetoric. This is everything. Even though the guy in his freaking manifesto, I'm not going to say his name, but in his manifesto, he's like, Trump had legitimately no part into it. It's like, you remember that one shooting? I think it was in Florida where the guy, no, it was the guy in Pennsylvania, I believe, who shot the synagogue. People said it was Trump's fault that he shot at that synagogue, but that guy on social media was openly criticizing Trump. So it's like, this is the same thing here. So I don't think this dude particularly liked Trump very much. He's like, Trump did not have any part in this. I mean, yeah, taking the word of a mass shooter, not a great thing. But when you're looking at the manifesto and motivations based on the evidence out there, it's like, oh, hey, you know, doesn't seem he's using Trump for this. He just did it because he's insane. He's an insane person. But the media just went insane. Almost every outlet was like, this is Donald Trump's rhetoric against Latinos cultivating physical violence. And it's like, no, okay? And you were just coming off the thing where people falsely claimed that Trump was calling for an eradication of black people in Baltimore. That when people said that, when he was saying that Baltimore was infested with rats, as he was referring to black people, that was somehow inciting violence against other people. No. Trump was not inciting violence against anyone. All right, I'm going to ask the same question that Tim Pool asked over his MSNBC, at the end of his MSNBC conspiracy video. When has he ever actually degraded a race personally? He never has. He hasn't. All right, people keep saying that, oh, he called a bunch of Mexicans terrorists. No, not terrorists. He called a bunch of Mexicans rapists and serial killers. He said that specifically about gangs. People said he thinks Muslims are terrorists. No, he said that about terrorists. Trump has not actually gone after anything on association of race. All right, that's just an assumption everybody keeps making. Everybody keeps making the assumption that everything Donald Trump's doing is like a racist dog whistle. Well, if you keep seeing racist dog whistles everywhere, I think you're the racist. Because there's no way. Like, there was some dumbass on MSNBC. He said that he was going to Donald Trump holding the flag at half-mast for 3 days, and then when it would go back up, it was on the 8th. He said because of that, it was whistleblowing to white nationalists. Well, not whistleblowing, it was dog whistling to white nationalists. I was like, what? Just because he had this staff and half-mast, 8, that's not a freaking white nationalist thing. I've never heard of that before. If it was, and if you did hear about that, it was probably from 4chan. Like, my God. That's ridiculous. It really is. But yeah, everybody's like out there like Donald Trump is responsible for all these people who died. 20 plus people. No. No. Absolutely not. Alright? Bernie Sanders was not responsible for the guy who shot up Steve Scalise. Barack Obama was not responsible for the radical Black Lives Matter supporter who fucking shot up a couple policemen in Dallas. Though with Obama, you can definitely say that he did not handle that situation well because he blamed the police department in that damn speech that he did. But, I mean, they're not responsible. Neither of those three are responsible. And yes, Donald Trump, not good with his tongue. Not in the way that he should be as a president, but that's because he's Donald fucking Trump. But Donald Trump was not responsible for this. Bernie Sanders was not responsible for his thing. Barack Obama was not responsible for his thing. And the media kept covering this all damn week. And it's old. I'm tired of hearing orange man bad, orange man kills people, orange man racist. I'm tired of hearing that. And then when you had the stuff that happened in Dayton, Ohio, where you had an Antifa supporting leftist who on his social media was like, I'm not waiting for change, I want it to come now. And he goes up and shoots people in Dayton, barely covered in the media. Barely covered. Because they want to propel that narrative that Donald Trump, who has time and time again criticized white supremacy and white nationalists, yes, beginning part of his campaign, very friendly with the alt-right. But after Charlottesville, he condemned them. He condemned them wholesale. Got rid of Steve Bannon. And all that type of stuff. Donald Trump has more than probably 20 times this year condemned white supremacy. Right? How many times you got to do this for it to go through your fucking skulls that Donald Trump is not trying to kill people. He's not trying to influence people to try to kill people. That's ridiculous. That's just, I don't understand. Like, that is such malice to take a man, like a pretty volatile person in terms of his personality and his character, to just take, even though he says some stuff that are out of line a lot of the time, to say that he is influencing people to kill people, that he's trying to raise a country of racist, that anyone who supports them, whether or not they agree with the way he speaks, are all racist and sexist. They're all, like, they're making generalizations about Donald Trump supporters right now, but yet they say Donald Trump makes generalizations about entire groups of people. I'm beginning to wonder who the true racists are. Oh no, I haven't had to wonder about it. I've known this since I was a fucking kid. I've known this literally since I was a kid. Watching the Democratic debates in 2008, watching the whole presidential run of Barack Obama, I know who the fucking true racists are. There are some, yes, definitely, some Republicans are not good on race. Most definitely. But damn, have I not seen a party more inclusive of just open racism? It's not just to white people, but to people within their own class coming from the Democratic Party. A lot of it just comes from the Democratic Party, and it's disgusting. Remember, head Democrats up until 2004 getting talked to by a guy who was a grand dragon of the Ku Klux Klan. Don't forget that. Including Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. And speaking of the Clintons, yeah, Jeffrey Epstein died. Apparently killed himself, I doubt it. So, that's a thing. Clinton's still keeping their dirty paws in the political sphere, I see, because they don't want him whistleblowing onto them. But what the fuck? It's just the bias of the media is insane. I'm surprised that... And didn't you have people like Mazie Hirono? She's like, we have to have people help come together. And then Donald Trump is focusing on problems that aren't even a big deal, like the anti-conservative bias in social media platforms, which is absolutely a problem. Donald Trump has also come out, said some dumb shit. He said some dumb shit about video games again, saying that we need to stop violent video games and stuff like that. It's like, what the hell, man? I think he handled at least halfway decently the situation in El Paso and Dayton. And yeah, Beto O'Rourke, you're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck. I'm just going to say that now. I'm not going to talk about what he's done because he's a fucking idiot. I'm ashamed that he represents the state of Texas, but oh, God. But Donald Trump, don't focus on the fucking video games. All right, he's actually also come out in support of some pretty big gun control legislation. There's a big debate about red flag laws. If they can get it to work right, do it. But I don't think they can, because you have some people out there who are definitely politically motivated to get rid of law-abiding gun owners in this country. People are definitely going to try to do that. And it's just, media bias is just horrifyingly bad. And then Twitter is just a cesspool. Like, it just infuriates me to see all this stuff. I just want to blow my head off with a sawed-off shotgun. I really do. Because I can't freaking take this anymore. I just don't understand why people would just be out there being blatantly antagonistic. Not just blatantly antagonistic, just outright stating false shit. And it's just, we can come to a good in-between on gun control. We can. I believe we can. Like in the Joe Rogan podcast with Dale Jr. They had a good little talk about guns, about how Junior and them went hunting, and they talked about licenses and stuff. I support that. All right, you could support a whole wealth of things that could keep guns out of the hands of criminals, but people don't understand that people are going to get guns anyway. All right, but there's something illegal. People are going to try to get it. Right? This is the entire problem with people who are on the left who support weed but hate guns. It's like, you guys make the argument that if you keep weed illegal, that people are just going to keep getting it. Well, wouldn't that same thing apply to guns, especially in places like Chicago and, certain places in California and New York City, where gun crime is extremely high despite having very high gun control measures? All right, you're killing your own argument there. And then most murders are being carried out by handguns. Like, I'm tired. I don't take any argument with assault rifle seriously, because there is no damn legal assault rifle unless you manage to get one that is either deactivated or it's just something that you're using as like a set piece in a museum, or you keep it in your house as an antique. That is it. No one in the United States, unless they have special permission, actually owns military-style weapons, and they're not the ones who are actually going out there killing people. All right, and then you actually have people who are being honest in the Democratic Party, at least, saying that they don't want guns at all. I appreciate your honesty, but I'm not letting you do it. It's just ridiculous. Then, I want to end this video with a little talk about what happened with Wolf. I had already recorded something about it earlier. I was going to do for like a single video, but I decided against that. So, Wolf, beginning of this week, he deleted his entire channel, and I was shocked to see it. I paid close attention to the Discord the entire time, well, the entire day that it happened, like when I first found out, so we can get updates. And Mahler just had an update today saying that Wolf was fine, that he was working on getting his stuff sorted out with his life. He's got a therapist. He just doesn't want his reviews being reposted on YouTube anymore. Like, he wants to move past it, which means we're probably never going to see him on EFAP again. We're probably never going to see him on YouTube again, except maybe for a special occasion. But Wolf nuked his channel, and he left a pretty concerning message on his community tab before he did. And here's what he wrote. There won't be any more new videos again ever. I can't do it anymore. I can't keep forcing myself to do something I know nobody's going to like. I can't keep pretending like I'm happy and everything's okay when I'm never happy and everything in my head is so fucked up and wrong. I hate everything I've ever made and everything I've ever said and everything I've ever done. All I do is make everyone's lives worse for having been in them. I only hold back the people I care about and waste everyone's time. I'm just a stupid, untalented, unlikable piece of shit person, and I hate everything about me. I'm so tired of pretending things are ever going to change and that things are ever going to be okay when I know they won't be. I wish I never made a YouTube channel. I'm not going to stick around to keep ruining everything like I always do. Everything's better off without me being a useless burden on them. I'll just do what I should have a long time ago. Sorry for being a waste of everyone's time. And that was a really concerning message. And, you know, depression's a hell of a thing. And I honestly wish I watched his, because just before this happened, I was watching a lot of Wolf Soldier content. Alright, and I saw his video on depression. I was really planning on watching it, and I wish I could have. But Wolf, we know he's been dealing through shit. Ever since that thing happened with his Discord that he had to nuke, I mean, he just hasn't really been the same person. Even when he got on EFAP, he just always felt a little bit more distant than he normally would have been. And especially in the last EFAP, he really felt out of place. Like other than that just right thing, like he just didn't sound like he was all that into anything. And I wish I had said something about it during the stream. I was at work. I mean, I wish I was watching the whole thing, because like when I watched it the day after it finished streaming, like I downloaded on my phone and everything, I was like, oh man, well, Wolf doesn't really sound all that great. And I wish I had brought it up in some way, but you know, then he did that. People really got concerned real quick. I definitely got concerned, because that is not a cryptic message. That's a message of imminent danger to oneself. Luckily, though, Southpaw was able to find out where he lived, call the cops. Everybody was able to get in contact. He's okay, and he's working on getting himself better. And so I'm going to leave this video off with this. It's, you know, with all this shit going on around, it's important. Most definitely the most important thing you can do right now is try to find a way to keep yourself happy. Because with all the BS out there in the news, all the BS about politics, about movies, about games, about school, about anything, you need to find some way to balance it all out. Yeah, you're always going to hear a bunch of bad shit. It's never really a good thing to hear that stuff, but you know, you have to try to at least find a way to balance it out, keep an open mind about everything. And if you really don't want to listen to anything in the outside world, you don't have to. In fact, you might be better off for it. In terms of just keeping yourself happy, that would probably be the best thing. And like I said, I don't really want to talk about political stuff anymore. Like, I'm going to talk about political stuff when it's relevant to the conversation over a different topic. But overall, I just don't want to talk about politics as a singular thing. But this whole thing with Wolf has just shown me that, you know, you can really let yourself go if you're not careful. And, you know, it's just not a great thing to hear when someone you respect or, you know, admire is always down on themselves, beating up on themselves, saying that they're untalented or they're just a piece of shit. I mean, I love Wolf. I mean, I recently started watching videos of Wolf's that I thought I would actually disagree on because of certain aspects, like 343. But then I watched his video on the curious case of 343 Industries, and I actually agreed with almost every point he made in that video. Right? And then there's also people who are making bad shit about Wolf. Like, there was this one video that came out, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Let me try to find it real quick. It was by Von Jogvlog. Made a 2-minute response video and just wildly, like in a barely a minute, just managed to make Wolf sound like a asshole. I mean, he is an ass, and it's like when he rants and stuff, but like, I mean, he tried to make Wolf look really bad in that. He was deliberately trying to make him look bad. And I think, especially with that stuff that happened on his Discord, I really don't think Wolf really wanted to deal with that anymore. I mean, I'm just hoping, what this whole thing has shown me is just that you just try to keep yourself mentally stable. And if you can't, get some help. Don't keep it bottled up inside, because I'm someone who will definitely do that. I will be the first to tell you. Alright, don't put everything inside of yourself. Don't let it be that you only know about your problems. Actually talk with other people. Help each other out. Alright. And to Wolf, I really hope that you get everything sorted out, and maybe, just maybe, if we're lucky, you can come back to EFAP. You can make videos again. I mean, I hope that you do. Maybe we can buy Iridescent one of these days. Like, I really hope that everything's gonna go just fine for you and for EFAP as a whole. And it's the amount of heartwarming support for Wolf has been great. Like, thank you everybody in EFAP who's been giving Wolf such great monumental support. It's just, it's a great thing when we can come together, and I just wish people in normal life were more abiding by that standard. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed all of that. Like I said, Wolf, Godspeed, man. I know he doesn't believe in God, but Godspeed anyway. And hopefully I can have more stuff coming up soon. I've been really stagnant this week. I've had a lot of crazy stuff happening my side of the aisle, but we'll keep it coming. We'll keep it coming. EFAP movie will be a thing. Then maybe I can finish my Wolfenstein Youngblood playthrough thing so I can review the shit out of it and talk about how bad it is. So, see you guys later. Don't die.